Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the good parts off this bike and the good parts off this bike and make one bike. He went away in the military and was like, hey, I want to redo the bike. So got all the bike built and everything. He came back and found another bike. Dig through the parts. I'm going to show you the stuff that we're going to keep. So these camouflage fairings here are what used to be on the bike. I think this gas tank's already sold. Then we're gonna need to pick up these two fairings, and then we have this bike. I'm pretty stoked to be doing this. At the same time, I just want to finish it as soon as possible. What is going on today, guys? I got some good news for you. Have a new project. Now, as you may see, there are two bikes here. Now, if you've been following me long and seen this bike, I built for a buddy of mine. I'll get into all the details of this very soon, but I want to welcome you guys back to MOTO-VATION. It feels so good to be back. I have a lot of explaining to you. I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible, but I'll make a longer, more in-depth video that I'll link up here in the corner on my personal channel. The quick rundown and the long and short of it is life got hectic. A lot of things changed. I've moved up and down the West Coast. I've had a couple of different career paths. My passion has always been video and content creation, so I am still doing that for my main job, and I really want to continue to do it on my own things. This video was filmed 5.5 years ago. It's crazy to think about how fast time flies because it feels like I made this video last year. The last part of the last MOTO-VATION video where I'm talking at the desk was filmed while I was making this video, this build series. So the good news is today I uploaded 3 videos as a part of this 14 episode series. So I dropped a bunch of content for you guys to watch. I'm gonna be way more active on this channel as well as my personal channel. So yes, this channel's back. So that means today, Thursday, 1 p.m., 3 episodes drop today. And for the next 11 weeks after, that's 12 total weeks, you're gonna be having an episode every Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific Coast Standard Time. And there may be some other content that pops up between now and then, but there will be a lot of short form content that you'll see on this channel. So if you guys are more about the shorts and seeing clips of certain things, you will see that. And yes, I have been filming this whole time. So there are a couple other build series that I'm gonna try and get edited and done before the end of this build series to try and not have any big gap in between uploads. So I'm changing a lot of things in my life. I'll be uploading on my personal channel and on So Def Films. So if you like more of like moto vlog content or vlogs or anything to do with my life and my personality, you'll see that on my personal channel. And then all the polished content will be on this channel. So all the build series, any type of major reviews or anything like that will be on this channel. I hope you guys enjoy the upcoming content, and don't forget, this is motivation for you guys to do your own builds and to get your hands dirty and work on your bikes and come up with something cool in your eyes. Hence the name MOTO-VATION. My dream is to continue to make content and do it on my own and not for another company. So eventually I want to get to a point where this channel and my personal channel are my main sources of work and my main sources of income. Right now, neither channel is monetized, so if you guys could share the videos, comment on them, like I said, hit the like button. If you have any questions, drop them below. I appreciate you guys, and let's make this dream a reality. So let's get back to the past and get on with the video.
So as you saw, 2 bikes. You're asking, okay, so is there gonna be a 2 bike build? No, there's gonna be 1. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the good parts off this bike and the good parts off this bike and make 1 bike. And then all the rest of it's gonna get ported out and put up for sale. So these are all the extra parts. All this right here and all these parts right here. We got tires, 2 bikes, 2 motors, 2 of pretty much everything. Sometimes 3 or 4 of everything. So these are my buddy John Sason's bikes. You'll see him later on in the episodes. He's not here today. And a quick little story is I met John through a mutual friend, my friend Gwen. She has been in my life for a really long time. We even dated way back in the day. And she introduced me to him because she worked at a place called EDR Performance. Well, this stunt bike came in. It looked a lot more like this with more fairings on it, and it was just like really beat up. And she said, hey, there's another stunt rider here, and he's looking for people to ride with. So I came down, met up, visited him. We immediately became really good friends. Fast forward a really long time, after I've helped him get through and set up his bike better, he went away in the military and was like, hey, I want to redo the bike. Can you do that while I'm gone? I'll pay for it. And I was like, sure, no problem. He had a way he wanted to do it, and I had a way I wanted to do it. But I did it the way he wanted it. It's obviously his bike. So got all the bike built and everything. He came back, but during his time in Afghanistan, we were talking, we were actually FaceTiming, and he was like, yeah, I really think I want to get a second bike because I think I'm gonna be riding a lot, and you know, I just want to have one for a backup and maybe one for street and one for the lot. And I was like, oh, cool, you know, and we were just talking, and I literally was scrolling through Facebook and found another bike in Las Vegas. So I sent him the link, and he looked over and he was like, dang, that's a really good deal. It was like a really good price. I don't remember. And I was like, well, I've been thinking about moving to Las Vegas. And he's like, well, dude, I don't want you to move to Las Vegas, but you know, maybe I could pay for your trip down there and to pick up the bike. And we like worked out a deal to where I could run down, look at the bike, and if it's good, bring it back. Had a Mini Cooper at the time, and I was like, oh, I'll just buy a tow hitch and then rent a trailer down there if that's what I want to do, or that if that's the bike that he wants, and so on. So I talked to the guy, worked it all out, ended up going down there, had an interview, basically got the job. The bike was really good, came back. The details I don't remember are, I don't know if he was here when I left to go to Vegas or not. He had both bikes. This is the bike. And so yeah, John is responsible for me getting a job in Las Vegas and getting down there. And if you run it even farther back, Gwen is responsible for all of this because she introduced us. And then I moved back to Portland just recently. That's why what you see is way different than what has been. And I actually stayed in his parents' house, and he like basically helped me move back. We have both of his bikes here. He said he now has a family. He has 2 kids, 1 kid on the way, and he said he wants to make 1 bike that is better than both and do it 100% right. Like, because before I actually spray painted all the red because he didn't want to pay for powder coating. So I was like, well, like 20-30 bucks in spray paint, we can just spray paint the frame. It's a stunt bike, who cares? It'll look clean and it'll last for a little while. So I'll get into the details of the bikes later, but the whole plan is to tear them both completely down and build 1 really nice street bike that will have stunt parts on it. So it'll be a street stunt bike. Even though I was like, hey, you don't really stunt too much anymore, why don't we just turn it into a nice street bike? But I get why he wants to hold on to the stunt parts because, hey, it's always nice to go hit the lot every once in a long time. Long story short, bikes are here, parts are here. I'm gonna go ahead and go through the boxes of parts, figure out the pieces in that we're gonna need. Then at some point this week, I'm gonna run all the stuff that I don't need back to his house, and then I can start tearing down both bikes, figure out what frames, what wheels, what parts and everything that we're gonna keep, and then all the rest of the stuff will go back over to John's house. So I'll have my whole garage back, because that takes up, you know, over a quarter of the garage. Granted, I still have a lot of stuff. This is here because whatever, but what do you guys think of the new garage? I got the cool lights. I did this. This took like over a week to do, but I wanted something cool for you guys. I mounted the TV on the wall so it'll be entertaining to me. And then I got some stuff over here. Over here's my toolbox. This stuff needs to slightly be gone through. This needs to probably be broken down into more tubs, so that way this is a lot cleaner, which will happen. Now you do notice that wheel. There's the other wheels here too. Oh, it's up there. So that's a whole project in itself as well. And you remember the Grom got parted out. I bought an IS300. I was gonna do a complete build on that, but the pandemic happened. So it got put on the back burner. I still have it, it's outside right now. If you guys want an update, let me know. I'll get you guys an update on it. But these videos are gonna be a little bit more vlog style, with me holding the camera a little bit more than it has been. I'm just gonna try it, see how it works for you guys. You let me know if it just makes you dizzy and you don't wanna see me walking around talking to you guys, or if you just want it on a tripod. This season is gonna be Gixxer build. I hope you guys are stoked on it. I hope you guys are ready for it. This one's gonna be awesome. These bikes are gonna come completely apart. This garage is gonna get really messy, but I'm really stoked for it. A lot of this stuff is gonna go out to powder coat. We gotta order a few different things, not much, but there's probably a few fairings that we're gonna need to get. And then this thing's gonna get a full redo, everything. I don't know which motor we're gonna use yet. More than likely the one in the red bike. Just long story short, Gixxer build 2020. Oh yeah, by the way, it's the 4th of October in 2020. So that gives you guys a time frame on when this was done and versus when this was uploaded. Hopefully by this time frame, I have worked out the kinks and started to be able to do my own videos considerably faster. I am doing videos for a couple other clients, so it does hinder the speed on which of when I do these. So on this episode, we're going to dig through the parts. I'm gonna show you the stuff that we're gonna keep and the stuff that we have, and hopefully John can get all this stuff listed for sale. That way he has extra funds for all this stuff. All right, so let's get into all these parts.
I got some great news for you. This is a commercial break. Pretty crazy, right? I worked out a deal with Impact Tech, and they're gonna give you guys 10% off of any products on their website. They hands down make some of the best products on the market when it comes to protection. The cool thing about this is I've been using Impact Tech products for many years, all the way back to like around 2010. And I've never had any issues. I've always got taken care of if I had any questions with them, and I reached out to them and said, hey, I'd like to offer a deal for my audience. Is that possible? And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I reached out to them because of my experience, and it was always great, and I've always backed them up, and I've always suggested their products to people over the years. So spoiler alert, we're gonna be using a crash cage from Impact Tech and a front fairing stay from Impact Tech on this build. Now, we would have used other parts. We already had all the parts that we needed for this build, so there's no reason to purchase anything else. So head on over to impacttechusa.com and use the code PHATPAT, PHATPAT, and you'll get 10% off your next purchase. So huge shout out to Impact Tech for offering that deal to you guys, and let's get back into the action.
All right, so I went through all these parts, and so these camouflage fairings here are what used to be on the bike, and I did those like a long time ago. And then these are some fairings he traded for a good set and cash, so he made some cash, and then we were thinking we were gonna like kind of revamp these plastics, but they turned out to be way worse than we thought. It's a lot of stock parts, stock gas tank, and I think this gas tank's already sold. Then we're gonna need to pick up these two fairings because these are the two fairings we don't have that are in good shape. And then this whole bike, all but the cage and maybe RSC and handbrake, are gonna completely get parted out. It has a lot of good parts, like nice rear sets, Impact Tech subcage, Impact Tech round bar. Then if you come in here, I made a mess. I painted and I got some overspray and I tried to clean it off. I couldn't get it off, so I'm gonna try and clean it again at a later date once this project's done. But I painted this with bed liner, and it's not sticking as well as I was hoping it would, but it'll do. It looks way better than the red did. And then we have this bike, which this is the frame we're keeping because it's been reinforced, but we may end up having it reinforced in a similar spot on the other side. We'll see. Other than that, yeah, this is where I am at the moment. We got our tires down here for the bike, and then we're probably going to end up using these wheels, but we're going to have them repowder coated pretty much the same color. This bike's going to get tore down in the next probably week or so. A lot of it's going to get sent off the powder coat. Once this stuff gets sent off the powder coat, this bike comes apart, and a couple of things come off of this when that goes to powder coat. And then motor, frame, subframes, all that stuff will get listed on eBay, forks, everything. I'm pretty stoked to be doing this. At the same time, I just want to finish it as soon as possible, but I know it's just going to take some time. It's going to take a couple weeks. I'll be waiting for powder coat for a good week or two, and then once all that stuff comes back, it'll be great. It's just time consuming. It takes time to get it all done, but I'll catch back up with you when we start taking it apart.